This is Andy McNamara, and I'd like to welcome you to this matchup in the Axis Football League. Our game today features two big-name teams with a lot to prove. They both have some high-profile talent capable of making some big plays. Well, let's get right to the action. The kicking team set up to boot it away. He sends it off. The kickoff is fielded. And down he goes. It's a fresh set of downs for Minnesota. Throws the ball, and the ball is batted down. Second and 10. Motion left. He drops back. Throws a pass. He's tackled. Gain of 5 on the play. The offense comes in with 4 receivers. Dropping back. He finds a target. Picked off. And the tackle is made. St. Louis getting set to start off this drive. Dropping back. QB with the play fake. Reeled in that long toss. And he'll be brought down up near the 5-yard line. A huge gain by the offense. First and goal. He drops back. He's got a receiver off. He snags it out of the air. Touchdown. The offense sets up for the point after. Go! There's the kick. And it's good. And the first score of the game goes to St. Louis. Let's see what they do next. Here comes the kicking team. On the kickoff. The kickoff is fielded. And the defender got him down. The offense looks to get things going here on first down. He hands it to the runner. And he'll be brought down by the defense. Tackle made by Stevens. That's good for about 7 yards. A 2 tight end set for the offense. He hands it off to the right side. The defense is finally able to bring him down. Gain of 13. A nickel set for the defense. Dropping back. And down he goes. That's a sack. They'll lose 10 on the play. Minnesota makes their way up to the line. He drops back. He makes the deep throw. Single coverage downfield. The pass is knocked down. Incomplete. A dime set for the defense. He steps back to pass. Taylor makes the grab. And he'll be pulled down immediately. That will go for about 8 yards. The offense lines up to punt. He makes the punt. St. Louis getting set to start off this drive. Go! The QB gives it away on a draw. He's wrestled down to the ground around the 15. Gain of 14 on the play. First and 10. He makes the handoff. Moss brings him down. That'll be good for a couple yards. St. Louis makes their way up to the line. Go! There's a flag on the play, and down he goes. Thomas on the sack. We'll see if things still stand after the penalty. They're going to flag the defense for holding here. There looks to be a player injured down on the field. He's being helped onto the sideline. And they'll take the penalty. First down and 10 to go. He dodges away. He's not going any further. That will bring up second down. Operating from under center. He's hit hard and taken down in the backfield. They'll lose 8 on the play. 6th play of the drive. QB back to pass. He makes the throw over to the sideline. Johnson on the reception. And the tackle is made. A huge gain by the offense. A fresh set of downs for St. Louis. Steps into the pocket. He tosses one short to the sideline. That's good for a gain of 4. Second down for the offense. 15 yards to go. Hands it off to the left side. And the tackle is made. Small loss on the play. Third down coming up for St. Louis. He sets up and throws. Complete. And the defender got him down. It's a St. Louis first down. A nickel set for the defense. QB back to pass. QB shows run but pulls it back into pass. Downfield, he's got it. It's a St. Louis first down. That will do it for the first quarter. St. Louis on top for now with a small lead. He drops back to pass. He finds a target over the middle of the end zone. Deflected by the defender and incomplete. Second and 10 for the offense. He steps back to pass. A flag on the play. He pulls it in. He's tackled. We'll see if that holds up after the penalty. Holding is going to be the call. The referee caught him. And they'll keep the play instead of taking the penalty. Gain of 17. First down and 10 to go. Hike. The runner will take it on the draw. And the tackle is made. Loss of 4. 3 linemen and 4 linebackers for the defense. Hike. He hands it to the runner. And he won't make it very far before being dragged down. That will be good for about 1. The offense coming in with a 2-back set. He steps back to pass. And it's knocked away by the defense. The offense is going to try for 3 here. There's the kick. And the kick is good. That score extends St. Louis's lead a bit more. Lining up for the kickoff. On the kickoff. The kickoff is fielded. Ripped to the ground. Minnesota getting set to start off this drive. Hike. Hands it off to the left side. He's taken down near the 35-yard line. Gain of 13. First and 10. Steps into the pocket. Tosses it over the middle of the field. Batted down and incomplete. Second and 10 for the offense. QB back to pass. And he can't get it off before being taken down for the sack. Loss of 6 on the play. Third down for the offense. Dropping back. He tosses one up near the 50. Tracks down that ball like a center fielder. And he's hit right away and taken down. They covered a lot of ground on that play. It's a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
Go!
It'll be a run to the left side. Wraps him up. Down he goes. Tackle by Palmer. Gain of 5 on the play. Second down. 14 yards to go. He steps back to pass. Looking short for a target. And he steps out of bounds. That's good for about 7 yards. The defense sets up in a nickel set.
Tonight.
He fakes the handoff. The catch is made by Taylor. And he's hit right away and taken down. Gain of 11. First down and 10 to go.
Take.
Handoff to Clark. Breaks away from the first defender. Wraps him up. Down he goes. Tackle by Palmer. Gain of 16 on the play. The offense lines up on first and goal. He drops back to pass. Makes the throw to the left. Make it a Minnesota touchdown. The kicking team sets up for the extra point.
Tonight.
Here's the kick. And the extra point is good. Minnesota eats away at the lead a bit. The offense lines up to kick it off. The kick sails deep. The kickoff is fielded. And he's brought down after taking the kick up near the 20-yard line. St. Louis getting set to start off this drive. QB back to pass. He tosses it off to the left side of the field. Tipped away and incomplete. St. Louis makes their way to the line here on second down.
Take.
Right side handoff. And he's tackled. Loss of 4. Third down coming up for St. Louis.
Go!
There's a flag on the play, and it's knocked away from the receiver. Incomplete. Let's see how the penalty affects that play. This is going to be defensive holding. It looks like we've got a player being helped off the field, and they'll accept the penalty. First and 10.
Sit up.
Left side handoff, and the tackle is made. Gain of 6 on the play. Fifth play of the drive. Right side handoff. Brought down up near the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1 on the play. Timeout. Minnesota. They'll have 2 remaining. The offense sets up in shotgun.
Hike.
Left side handoff. And the defender got him down. That will go for about 8 yards. 7th play of the drive. QB back to pass. He makes the throw over to the right side of the field. And he's tackled. That's good for 10 yards. QB back to pass. Reeled in that long toss. And down he goes. They covered a lot of ground on that play. 9th play of the drive. He flings a pass. Johnson on the reception. And he's hit right away and taken down. Gain of 9 on the play. The offense lines up on second and short. And the tackle is made. That will go for about 5 yards. First down and 10 to go. Finds a target on the left side of the field. It's up, it is caught. He is picked up and brought down. Gain of 17. A fresh set of downs for St. Louis. QB back to pass. And he misses the target. The offense coming in for a 2-receiver set. Dropping back. He makes the short throw. And the defender makes the tackle. They'll lose 1 on the play. 3 receivers for the offense. QB back to pass. Incomplete. The offense is set to try for a short field goal here. There's the kick, and it sails through. That score extends St. Louis's lead a bit more. Looks like we've got an injured player down on the field, and onto the field comes the kicking team. He rockets this one deep. They will look to get this drive going here from the 25. He drops back into the pocket. And he's hit right away and taken down. Gain of 19. Timeout. Minnesota. That will be their second of the half. 1st and 10. Go. He drops back to pass. He makes the catch. Wrestles him to the ground. Tackle by Kennedy. And it's a Minnesota first down. Minnesota calls timeout. That will be their last of the half. A fresh set of downs for Minnesota. He steps back to pass. And he's stopped up around the 20. They covered a lot of ground on that play. A fresh set of downs from Minnesota. And the quarterback spikes it, stopping the clock. Minnesota makes their way to the line here on 2nd down. He steps back to pass. He throws one. He makes the catch. And down he goes. That's good for 10 yards. The kicking team lines up for a short field goal. Here's the kick. And it's good. Minnesota eats away at the lead a bit. That will wrap things up for the second quarter. St. Louis on top for now with a small lead. Lining up for the kickoff. He kicks it away. The kickoff is fielded. Ripped to the ground. The offense looks to get things going here on 1st down.
Go.
Play action fake. Penalty flag on the field. He decides to keep it himself. And he wisely slides down. We'll see if that holds up after the penalty. They're going to flag the defense for holding here. They'll accept the penalty. 1st down and 10 to go.
Hike.
He hands it to the runner on the left side. And he's brought to the turf. That will bring up 2nd down. 2nd and short for the offense. Running the RPO. He'll give it away and let the runner take it. And the tackle is made. That will be good for about 6. 3 linemen and 4 linebackers for the defense. RPO. He makes the handoff. And he is tackled. That'll go for about 3 yards. St. Louis makes their way to the line here on 2nd down. Sets up the RPO. He'll make the handoff. And he'll be tackled near the line. That will be good for about 1. 3rd down. 15 yards to go. Dropping back. He sets up and throws. The pass connects. St. Louis breaks the plane. Touchdown. The offense sets up for the point after. Hike. There's the kick. And it sails through. That score extends St. Louis's lead a bit more. It looks like there was an injury on that last play. We'll have to see if he returns. The kicking team set up to boot it away. He fields the kickoff. And he is down. Minnesota getting set to start off the drive. Dropping back. Play action pass. He finds the target up near the 40. It's complete to Bridges. And he'll be pulled down immediately. They'll pick up a chunk of yards on that play. 3 receivers for the offense. He steps back to pass. Looking for a target way downfield. The pass is knocked down. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10 to go. Steps into the pocket. He's not going anywhere. Palmer with the sack. They'll lose 8 on the play. Minnesota sets up on 3rd down. QB back to pass. Penalty marker on the field. And he misses the target. We'll see if things still stand after the penalty. They're going to get the offense for holding on that play. It looks like they'll decline the penalty. The punt team lines up to kick this one away. He punts it away. St. Louis getting set to start off this drive. He hands it to the runner inside. He's tackled. That will bring up 2nd down. St. Louis makes their way to the line here on 2nd down. Inside handoff. Broken tackle. And he's tackled here. That's good for about 7 yards. 1st and 10. Tosses the ball. Batted down and incomplete. 2 receivers for the offense. He drops back to pass. He tosses it off to the left side of the field. And the pass misses the mark. Incomplete. 3rd down coming up for St. Louis. Player in motion. QB back to pass. Makes the throw at the sideline. Incomplete. The punt team takes the field.
Go.
The punt's away. The punt is fielded. He's tackled. Minnesota getting set to start off the drive. He drops back to pass. Throws it off to the left side. Snagged out of the air. He'll be tackled near the 45. Gain of 15. 2nd play of the drive. There's a flag on the play. He sees a target over the middle of the field. He pulls it in, and he will be taken down. Tackle made by Kennedy. Let's see how the penalty affects that play. Looks like the defense was offside, and they'll choose to decline the penalty. Gain of 13, 1st and 10. He steps back to pass. QB shows run, but pulls it back into pass. And the tackle is made. That will be good for about 1. The offense comes in on 2nd down. 3 yards to go. Hand off to Clark. And he's stopped around the 40-yard line. That'll be good for about 2. The offense comes in on 3rd down. 7 yards to go. QB back to pass, sets his feet and throws, and it's knocked away by the defense. The offense is set to try for a long field goal here. Here's the kick. And it sails through. Minnesota eats away at the lead a bit. Here comes the kicking team. The kick sails deep. The kickoff is fielded. He is picked up and brought down. Let's see what the offense has dialed up for the first play of this drive. The runner takes it outside, and he's tackled up near the line of scrimmage. That'll be good for about 2. St. Louis makes their way to the line here on 2nd down. Makes the handoff. Brought down up near the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1 on the play. The offense comes in on 3rd down. He drops back into the pocket. He tosses one. Rodgers with the reception. And he is tackled. Gain of 16 on the play. 1st and 10 for the offense. Dropping back. Finds a target short along the sideline. That'll go for about 3 yards. That signals the end of the 3rd quarter. St. Louis on top for now with a small lead. Delayed handoff by the QB. And the tackle is made. That will be a loss of 2. 3rd and 10. Dropping back. He makes the throw up. Interception. He's tackled. We'll see if things still stand after the penalty. Don't see this very often. The offense called for pass interference, and they'll elect to decline the penalty. Minnesota getting set to start off the drive. Hand off to Clark. And the tackle will be made by Palmer. Gain of 8 on the play. 2nd play of the drive. Hand off to Clark. Wrestles him to the ground. Tackle by Kennedy. Gain of 11. 1st and 10 for the offense. He drops back into the pocket. And he'll be sacked in the backfield. They'll lose 8 on the play. 4th play of the drive. Steps into the pocket. He finds a target deep over the center of the field. Clark with the catch. The tackle is made. They covered a lot of ground on that play. 5th play of the drive. He drops back into the pocket. He makes the throw over. Scores. Touchdown, Minnesota. The kicking team lines up for the PAT.
Hike.
Here's the kick. And the extra point is good. The offense lines up to kick it off. He'll send this one deep. A fresh set of downs for St. Louis. Steps into the pocket. He sees a target over the middle of the field. Tipped away and incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the offense. The receiver goes into motion. The runner takes it outside. And he's tackled. Small gain on the play. Third down for the offense. 7 yards to go. He drops back into the pocket. And it's deflected down. Incomplete. The offense sets up to punt one away. A flag on the play. Ooh, somebody jumped. That's going to be a false start. They'll accept the penalty. The punt team makes its way up the line.
Go.
He punts it away. He'll field the punt. And he's brought to the turf. Minnesota getting set to start off this drive. Receiver in motion. He steps back to pass. Tosses it over the middle of the field. And he snagged it. And he'll be brought down by the defense. Tackle made by Stevens. That'll go for 9 yards. The offense comes in on second down. Just 1 yard to go. He hands it to the running back. Wrestled to the ground. Stevens with the tackle. First down, Minnesota. A fresh set of downs from Minnesota.
Hike.
Hand off to Clark. And he's brought to the turf. That'll bring up second down. Fourth play of the drive. Makes the handoff. Broken tackle. Wrestles him to the ground. Tackle by Kennedy. Gain of 9 on the play. A fresh set of downs from Minnesota. He hands it off to the right side, and he's brought down before making it too far. That will be good for about 1. Second down. 3 yards to go. The offense comes in on second down. 3 yards to go.
Tonight.
Off tackle run to the outside. And he'll be brought down by the defense. Tackle made by Rice. That will go for about 5 yards. St. Louis calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining. The defense lines up for another third down. They've executed well so far here today. And he's tackled up near the line of scrimmage. That will be good for about 1. It will be St. Louis using a timeout here. That will be their second of the half. The offense is going to try for 3 here.
Hike.
There's the kick. And it's good. Minnesota takes the lead after that score. And onto the field comes the kicking team. The kick sails deep. The kickoff is caught. And he's brought to the turf. St. Louis makes their way up to the line.
Go.
He steps back to pass. Throws the ball. Tipped away and incomplete. Second down and 10 to go. He drops back. He's got a receiver deep down the field. And it's knocked away by the defense. Looks like we've got an injured player down on the field. Third and 10.
Go.
He steps back to pass. Downfield, he's got it. And he's hit right away and taken down. Gain of 18 on the play. A fresh set of downs for St. Louis. He steps back to pass. And he'll be sacked in the backfield. They'll lose 10 on the play. Second down. Dropping back. He makes the throw up near the 45. The pass is knocked down. Incomplete. The offense will operate from the gun. He steps back to pass. And he's hit right away and taken down. A huge pickup there by the offense. St. Louis calling a timeout. That will be their last timeout. A fresh set of downs for St. Louis. He drops back to pass. Tosses a pass. Complete. He safely steps out of bounds. They covered a lot of ground on that play. 1st and 10 for the offense. Steps into the pocket. And it's knocked away from the receiver. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the offense. Dropping back. Throws the ball. The pass connects. And he's immediately brought down. Gain of 8 on the play. And Minnesota calling a timeout here. They will have 2 remaining. St. Louis makes their way up to the line.
Go!
He makes the throw down near the 15. And the receiver just can't bring it in. The offense lines up to kick the field goal.
Hike!
Here's the kick. And the kick is good. The offense lines up to kick it off. He rockets this one deep. He'll field the kickoff. He's tackled. Minnesota getting set to start off this drive.
Hike!
He tosses one up near the 50. Inhaled that pass. And he'll be pulled down immediately. A huge pickup there by the offense. Minnesota calls timeout. That will be their 2nd of the half. A dime set for the defense.
Go!
Hand off to Clark. And he's tackled. Gain of 11. Timeout. Minnesota. That's their final timeout. The offense is set to try a field goal.
Tonight.
The kick is up. And it will fall short of the uprights. No good. 1st down and 10 to go. He steps back to pass. He fakes the handoff. Deflected by the defender and incomplete. That marks the end of the 4th quarter. We are all tied up and headed for overtime. Here comes the kicking team. He kicks it deep. The kickoff is caught. He's tackled. St. Louis getting set to start off this drive. There's a penalty flag on the field. He's taken down near the 35-yard line. Let's see how the penalty affects that play. The defense looks to have lined up offside. They'll accept the penalty. A fresh set of downs for St. Louis. He drops back into the pocket. He finds a target deep over the center of the field. And they fly into the end zone. Touchdown, St. Louis. That will wrap it up for our game. For the entire Axis football crew, my name is Andy McNamara. We'll see you next game.